We did the modelling project of Brilliant Minds coaches at their best that yielded a lot of the material for the How to Be a Brilliant Coach programme. One of the things that came out of that was a series of principles that we called the presuppositions of a brilliant coach. So these are, if you like, the assumptions that our coaches are working from when they're coaching their clients. So I thought it might be interesting to introduce you to a couple of them and see how they might be relevant, not just for people who are actually coaching, but people who are doing management leadership roles, or indeed anyone who interacts with others on a daily basis. So these are not in any particular order. The one that I thought I'd focus on today says that there is a reason why you are the coach for this client. Now, people sometimes say to me, how does a coaching relationship work? People talk about having a chemistry meeting to find out, is this person somebody that I want to be coached by, or for the coach to see, is this somebody I think I can do some good work with? I do think it's important that coach and client get together, that they sit and talk about what they might want to achieve by doing a coaching program, and also just to have a good look at each other and say, do we think we can work together? And sometimes that seems like enough. But one of the things that I know from having known a lot of coaches over the years, and also having been a coach myself for many years, is that it's not uncommon for people to come to you with issues that have also been relevant to you. Now, it doesn't always happen when you're in the middle of it, although it can do. When the car breaks down and the roof falls in and you're looking at your credit card bill and thinking, oh, things are looking a little bit tight this month, then it's not uncommon to get people coming for coaching because they've got issues with their relationship with money. That's a fairly well-documented phenomenon. Sometimes people come and they want to talk about something that did happen to you in the past. They may not know that it happened to you in the past, but because you've been through it, you're able to be more empathetic towards that client. And I think that's quite an important dynamic, is that there's a principle of NLP that says that perception is projection. And that's kind of a quote from Carl Jung, who said that what we see in the world is not so much how the world is, but we see more about how we are. So if we have a particular issue in life, then it becomes a frame of reference. And as we go through our daily lives, everything that we look at can potentially be seen as part of that frame of reference. So when you're coaching someone who is also experiencing that as a key feature of their life, then you have a common frame of reference. Now, if you don't have that common ground, then does that make the coaching more difficult? I think it can in some situations. Sometimes it can actually make it easier. So that's why I would say there is a reason why you are the coach for this client. I simply mean that when you get together with a prospective client and you look each other up and down and you chat and you kind of go, do you think we can work together? Yes, I think we can work together. I think we can really do something useful here. Then sometimes the reason why you're the right coach is because you have that similar frame of reference. Sometimes why you're the right coach is because you don't have it at all and you can provide a completely objective viewpoint. But there is always a reason. And neither the coach nor the client may be fully conscious of that initially. Sometimes it never comes to the surface, but I do believe that underneath it all, there is always a reason why you are the right person to be the coach for this client. Now, if we take that out of the coaching dynamic, think about this in terms of management and leadership. If I said to you as a manager, there is a reason why you are the manager for this person or for this team of people, it might be more easy to see. Because sometimes a person gets drawn to do a particular job, not so much because of the content of the job, but because of the culture of the organisation or the atmosphere within the team or the other people with whom they will be working. And that, of course, comes back to decisions that have been made by the manager of that team. So there is always a reason why. Now, you may be thinking, OK, so there's a reason. So what? Well, I think this is important when times get tough. And if you've been a manager of a team, you'll know that sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes you think to yourself, why did I ever take on a management role? Why did I not just stay being an individual contributor and doing my own thing? Sometimes as a coach, you think, why did I take on this client? This is really hard. And I think having that notion that there is a reason why, that there's something important going on here, can help us get through those more difficult times and know that in the grand scheme of things, something important is going on.